to have you here. It's a pleasure to have me here. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it today. There were a lot of different things happening this morning. And it had to do with boundaries, like me being like, hey, I got to take care of this, right? So we all have different ways of working on our boundaries, right? I'm not sure if that's what's coming in today, but I'm glad I can get on live with you guys. I've had a little difficulty, but it looks like me and YouTube are making love again. So happy to be here. And yeah, what's coming in today? This channel is about us working on our clairsenses. It's about us tuning in to the heart. It's about us walking the path of the heart, walking the walk, talking the talk. But not only that, it's about getting a new perspective, a new view on how we see other people in our life, a new view on how we see different experiences pop up for us, and a new view on how we navigate the contrast that comes up in our life. I will be having a course that is going to be coming up calling Leap of Faith. And today I got a little bit more idea on what that course is going to be about. 5 days, a way for you to work with the fear that pops into your life and take the leap of faith that you're being asked. Because all of us have a leap of faith that we've been asked to take, and it hasn't always happened. And so look for that for sure. Hey, Jay's Walks, how you doing? Hello. When I think about my own experience and I think about a leap of faith, there are many leap of faiths that have come up that I was like, all right, I'm going. Egypt was one of those. Going to Glastonbury was one of those. And it wasn't exactly financially, how would we put this? Financially set in stone the way most people might want to go and take a trip. It wasn't like that. Excuse me. So there are many like, oh, I need to do this now. And we have the courage to do it. And then the courage like goes in. And then we have the courage and we're like, yes, I'm doing this. And then we go in, right? And it just kind of depends on where we're at in life, how often that might happen for us. But some of that leap of faith class, that 5-day thing, is, I feel like it's going to get into some of that. Because why? Because I personally am going through that experience now, and I have been for kind of a time. And as I'm going through the steps, I will be applying it to my life, and then you will be able to apply it to your life, which will be fantastic, right? To take that leap. Has to do with courage, but there is no courage without fear. So we'll probably get into that later in the class. I'm going to take a sip of water. So what am I going to talk about today? I feel like breath is needed. Okay, so if you will, take a moment. We're about 4 minutes in. Take a moment and just kind of center with me. Kind of breathe a little bit. My hair's a little frizzy today. It's a rainy day. It's a rainy day according to Colorado standards, where it's very misty and then the sun pops out and we have rainbows. Rainbows, guys, which is the energy that I bring you guys. We're constantly working with rainbow energy here. So take a breath. Handpan music is coming up, and it's the 1111 hertz frequency. Feel into the resonance. Frequency is the amount of beats. I don't know if it's beats or something else. If you're a musician out there, totally clarify in the comments. But frequency is different from resonance. So this is the 1111 angel numbers. Shocker, right? Angels coming in. Feel into your body. Tune in. Breathe in. Pause. And then release. Give me an idea of how that feels for you. Give you an idea of how that feels for you. Is there any tightness anywhere in your body? I'm feeling a little bit of tightness in the solar plexus. Mostly the solar plexus. That is our powerhouse, our solar plexus. That is where we muster up the ability to move forward with different projects, different things, different creations. Just take a moment to feel where it is for you. Let me know if the music needs to be a little higher. I use copyright material for educational purposes and us feeling into the resonance of a frequency that can tune our bodies up. There's a reason why we feel good when we listen to our favorite song. It's tuning us up. It's bringing us possibly to a place, another time. Although we are meant to be here, present in the moment. So be present with me now. Feel. If you feel like you want to move to a beat, feel free to move to the beat. You can also tap. Let's do a little tapping today. Let's tap our crown. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's tap on our third eye. A little less in the basic chakras. Feel that beat. Tap on the throat. If I had a bigger space, you might catch me dancing, guys. Tap on the upper heart. Take a deep breath here. Feel the stillness right here in this upper heart area. You can still keep a beat, but feel the stillness at the same time. That's unique, right? Feel the stillness in one hand. In the other hand, feel the beat. And breathe. This is what's coming in today, guys. I never know what it's going to be, but this is what it is. Take a breath. Breathe in. Release. Feel a wave of energy coming down through your body, all the way down to your feet, your energetic roots growing into the earth. Deep breath in and breathe out. Spread those roots. Those roots are feelers, they're connectors. Is there an area on this planet that you wish to connect to? An area that you've been called to? An area that you've been, a sacred place that you've been? A place that felt sacred to you and you found out later it was sacred. By the way, it's always sacred when you feel it's sacred. But there are energetic cross-sections, ley lines, that we are all drawn to. Whether you're going down the spiritual path or not, you'll find yourselves drawn to certain areas, possibly water, possibly canyons, mountains, the sea. Breathe in. How does it feel when you go to those areas? Is your special spot on the rooftop of a skyscraper, watching the city lights, hearing the energy and the movement, of the world below? Is it on top of a mountain where you see the hawks fly? You see the nesting of eagles. Where is your place? I'm laughing because Peter Pan has come into my awareness this morning. Think of a wonderful thought, any simple merry thought. Think of your thought. Feel. We're currently up high somewhere. We're getting a little high, guys. I am in the Mile High City, right? 5280. Breathe in. Where are you? Where is your happy place? Is it toes in the sand by the beach? Is it on a motorcycle riding through the desert? Where's your happy place? It's a little fun, yes? We're having a little fun today with the energy. Breathe in to the 1111 and shoot that frequency through every cell. Feel every single little cell of your body vibrating, resonating with the 1111 hertz. A hertz that does not hurt. This is not painful. This is beautiful. Feel the resonance. Feel the journey. Feel your wings. You have an angelic part of you. Feel those wings. Where are your wings on your back? Maybe you resonate with angels. Maybe you resonate with the fairy realm, the fairies. Maybe you resonate with butterflies. Feel your wings. Maybe they're eagle's wings, wings of a hawk. Maybe they're wings of a parrot, multicolored, rainbow-like. And you bring that rainbow energy with you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel. Breathe. Feel now that stillness. Come back to your heart. We're touching our feet on the ground. That's why we put those energetic roots in there at the beginning. Even though we fly, and some of us project ourselves into different realms, it's important to have our energetic roots grounded into the earth. We allow the mother to hold those roots, to connect those roots to all of life. Breathe that in and release. Short and sweet that was. Kind of like it. Little bada bing, bada boom. How'd that feel, guys? Just gonna check out the comments here. Hey, brightest future, nice to have you here. All right, so flying, taking a leap of faith, happy thoughts coming in, connecting with our dragon wings, our angelic wings, our fairy wings, our eagle wings, our perception of a hawk, of an eagle, how we see things, how we are the observer of our world, our reality, how we experience our contrast. There are people in our lives, and we might wonder sometimes why they're there, or why they're still there. Sometimes it's a boundary thing, our boundaries, sometimes it's their boundaries. But we have contracts, so to speak, with all of these people that come into our lives. And we have the ability to choose in any now moment how we see that experience. Just this morning, I was viewing someone and I was like, wow, they are doing their job really great. Their job can be either to completely annoy or to keep pushing boundaries, or to really help a person realize where they aren't holding their own boundaries. Do you have one of those? Do you have multiples of those happening in your life? So there's a point where we can thank them. You might be there right now. You might not be there right now. You might be like, get the hell away from me, right? And some of those people are there to usher you into who you're going to be, who you want to be, where you want to be, what you want to create. And it's there that we can get to that point and be like, wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that whole thing that you just gave me the experience of. And I'm smiling about it now, but like at the time, it's like, what? Oh my gosh, what? No, hey, this is what, let's rewind. Let's rewind so I can go ahead and put my boundary in there and let you know that you're overstepping your boundary, because that's growth for you as well. By me using my voice, not in a way to put someone down, but in a very direct, peaceful manner of sorts, but very direct. You know, I am love. Nice to meet you. So I always try and bring love into every experience, even those experiences that are like, I'm like, right? Even those experiences. So, Dr. Garza, nice to have you here. Doctor, not doctor, sorry, Junior. Hello, Junior. How you doing? So that's a little bit of what's coming in today. Is there anything else that I need to bring up with you guys? Is there anything that you want to ask me about? There's a question. It's been a while since I've really interacted with the comments, and I was kind of wondering if today was that day where I just kind of have a back and forth conversation with you guys. Could be one of those too. So let me know if there's anything on your mind that you're kind of moving through, struggling with how to see the higher side of, struggling with how to embrace the shadow side of it. Let me know. Greetings, Kevin Mack. Nice to have you here again. Pleasure. I'll just give you guys a moment. I'm going to feel into anything else coming in for you guys today. It could be a short one. Really getting into the handpan. It goes along with the weather that's happening here right now, which has to do with a little bit of showers, a little bit of clouds. Hey Pepe, how you doing? Great to have you here. Yeah, does anyone want to interact with me a little bit? I'm opening up the day to a little bit of interaction. Try and keep the topics a little bit closer to that of the energetic path. I'm Love. It's a pleasure to meet you, Pepe. Is that your name? Or is that just your handle? I met somebody in Sedona that was very adept at, he joined me for one of my lives, and Jean Carlos, and he was very adept at being able to look at a name and feel into the frequency. This was one of his talents, gifts, if you will, his senses that he had since he was younger, and he could feel into a name and tell that person a little bit of what was going on with them. Someone had back pain, somebody had other things going on. He did tell me that there's a lot of people that show up here on my channel that he can feel has different self-worth kind of things coming in at different times for them. Some fears that come up, different like activations or triggers that happen for them. That is not my skill, by the way. I am able to feel into the frequency of others that I'm with for some time, that I have a session with. Collectively is a good answer. Can I do that? Let's see. Share with us how to manage. A better word would be process today's current environment in terms of all the challenges we face day to day. How to manage. Well, when we get together with breath, that is definitely a managing tool. When we bring breathing into what's going on. If you notice that a lot of the times when something happens in our world today, it's like, we have this, like, I had this reaction the other day. I had a dog jump up and they didn't make it and they were falling backward. And my automatic was like go to catch them and then be like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And it was just that he didn't have enough backup. Like, he didn't back up enough to jump on, right? So some of the stuff that happens in our environment today, there's a lot happening in the world. Some of my advice, really, I mean, I can only go with what I know and what I go with, and that is I don't watch the news. I stay abreast of topics mostly through other people, but also through things that people send me. And I'm very much into American rights, so I have a lot of those topics that come up. The Healthy American is actually a really great place to start off if you're wanting to know about if news is actually legit or not. She's a great topic of a person. Other than that, I would say be abreast of what is going on in the world, but think about your own personal where you are as well. Can you help those people? If you can, by all means, help those people. Can you help them financially? Yes? Awesome. You're in that place, do it. And go through like those donation places that can help other lands, right? Other people. This is an interesting topic. I'm a very much like in this world but not of this world person. There's a lot of people that have anxiety over other people's experiences. And although we can have I have a lot of empathy for people that go through huge like relocations due to weather and other things that happen with them. I have that empathy, but I don't exactly, it's like be in those shoes, but don't wear those shoes necessarily, but do help where I can. And let me feel into it for a minute. What do I want to say here? The majority of our experiences is in our now. We have the ability to shift and change our nows. Yes, as I was coming on live today, I was in a place where my nervous system was heightened, slightly erratic, but on a lower scale. And I thought of putting on a song. And then I reached for a book. I like to collect children's books. So I reached for Peter Pan. I didn't know it was Peter Pan, but that is what it came in, was Peter Pan. And that led us to the Live Today. So that was one way that I calmed my nervous system. I breathed, and then I noticed my environment. Because what happens when we take a moment to breathe, whatever the circumstance, the experience, the atrocities that we're viewing out there, we come back into our bodies. And this is where all the action is. It's not really all that we see out there. We can talk about how it's the Matrix and how what out there is an illusion. But to us here, living the life, it feels very real. The atrocities that are out there. Let me take a moment. The ugliness that is out there. The shadows that are out there. Are they out there? We observe that they are. Take a deep breath in. Just releasing some of that for the collective right now. Take a deep breath in again. Help me out. And release. There are these atrocities out there. These atrocities are meant to show us where our power lies. When there's too much involvement into something which is not currently in your personal reality, and there is a worrying, those energies are not necessarily helpful to those individuals having that experience, to the land having that experience. When we can observe, see, feel for those people, feel for that land, feel for that experience of all those who are in it, take action where we can, that is where we bring empowerment back into those experiences. You are being shown atrocities, either for yourselves personally or out there in the world, as a way of utilizing fear as disempowerment. We are coming in to ask you to utilize any fear that might come up as empowerment within you. Those that take action in areas where there are disturbances happening, so many disturbances happening. Take a deep breath and release. We're just gonna kind of transmute it, transform it, release it. Upon one's being able to take action in some way, you are not only empowering yourself, you are empowering those who are struggling. It is difficult for the average human not being in struggle to really understand what it means to be in that type of struggle. But really, every type of trauma, of wound, of struggle, it's not a hierarchy scale. The nervous system of the body will be an individual experience, but each person will have an experience, a sensation around any type of fear that comes in. Breathe in and breathe out. Those of you breathing with me are just kind of assisting me in the quantum field to release for the collective these energies that apparently I am tapping into in those areas of imbalance, of discomfort, of fear, of confusion. Transforming these now, sadness, emptiness. We are not these sensations. That's what's coming up. To know that we are not these sensations. We are here in this human experience for the human experience. But we are here to elevate within this human body, to elevate the energies at this time. That is how you may help, is by elevating the energy, sending prayers, sending positive affirmations. The power of prayer in a non-religious connotation, the power of prayer, of your positive thought, can go way farther than the worry that envelops you. Way farther. I'm seeing it span the globe, span lifetimes even. We have the ability to even go back in lifetimes and correct the energy as we work in this lifetime, now, in the present. Just kind of feel that. We've got the infinity sign coming in, tapping into that seed point at the crisscross of the infinity symbol. Same way we tap into the energetic ley lines of the lands that we travel to. There is a seed point, a crossroads. Where will you go? Which way will you turn? Come to the middle, come to the heart, and take breath in stillness. Do what is good for you to recalibrate. This could be a dance, this could be a song. Okay, just kind of stabilizing the field, clearing. Staying within our own energies. Okay, so that was the answer to that question. My human seemed to be a little befuddled in it, so I decided to kind of come within and see what the message was. Through the spirit, through the energies. Hey Adele, how are you? Thank you for the compliment. Thank you, Pepe. Hey, Kevin. Alright, does anyone have any other topics? We'll do one more topic if anybody has one. Otherwise, we'll sign off for today. Kevin Mack has been studying so much lately, maybe having less than favorable impacts on your psyche. It may be that you're in the mind more as opposed to the heart if you're studying. What type of practices are they? Adele's like asking me if I like to travel. I do like to travel. I have the opportunity to be in a friend's place while I'm here, and actually 2 different places, and I have the ability to travel where I want to. So when I have an invitation and it feels resonant with me, I will stay in a place for a time and see how that goes. Through my membership that's going to be coming up, with me being able to read through different books with you guys, I feel like I need a different space for that, more than my mobile space. It seems odd to say that, but part of me wants like a stationary place to be able to do these different readings of books with people. Either that, or I just need to reorient my space in my traveling area. Do I want to go to Germany? I've been at the airport in Germany. Germany's come up, actually. I don't know if want is the word. I didn't want to go to Egypt. And going to Glastonbury in England, there was a want. Initially, there was not a want. There was someone who wanted to travel with me that I had met randomly, and they were interested in the retreat that I was going to. And so, because this person was of the opposite sex, I had to kind of lay down some ground rules and be like, okay, make sure that you want to go for you and you're not going because you think there's potentiality here. If there's not potentiality energetically with you wanting to travel, then I'm gonna just say, like, go travel, like, go do your thing on your own. For whatever reason, there is a fear that has popped up when traveling internationally. I'm not quite sure what that is. It hasn't kept me from traveling. There's an uncertainty sometimes with all of that, and it was very new for me. But once I went through it, it felt really great. With Glastonbury, I got excited when somebody was there and they were like, oh, let's travel together. All of a sudden, I was like, travel together? What would that be like? And the reason I had that question was because I've noticed that there can be distractions when there are 2 people. There can also be a lot of fun and like synchronicities that happen, but I meet a lot of interesting people along my journey. And how does that shift or change when I'm possibly traveling with someone? Do I maybe something isn't brought into my awareness because I'm too busy talking with this other person or experiencing things with this other person? But this person didn't end up traveling with me, and that was okay. But I got together with them later, and we had an opportunity to travel for like a week from Colorado to Mount Shasta, actually, and it was really wonderful to travel with them and get to know them in that way. And just they were leading me to hot springs, which was like the sacred womb of the earth, basically, is what was coming in at that time, sacred womb. And they like to adventure, so that was really fun. So I got that little taste of how to adventure with someone and keep it all, very platonic. That was very fun for me. It might not have been fun for them. It's not fun for the guys generally. There's this fear of being friended that guys have, and it's unfortunate. But I don't think women have the same fear. Some of you women out there who are like in girl relationships need to let me know if if you have a fear of being friended by another girl. I don't know if it happens the same way for us. Oh, I loved Egypt. Someone's asked me a question about Egypt. I love Egypt. I still have friends that message me on WhatsApp from Egypt asking when I'm coming back there. When will you be back? Egypt was harsh on my senses. I will say that. It was a harsh environment when we talk about the atrocities and things that happen in the world. The Nile is full of trash, at least by Cairo. And Cairo is full of a lot of trash. And it's saddening. Saddening, and both at the same time, Egypt, Cairo, Giza, there's such amazing energy there. There's so many energetic lines that are there, and beautiful people that are there, but also an environment of a lot of smoking, pollution, etc. So very hard on my nervous system to be in that area, but I wasn't in that area very long. I traveled. This retreat took us to for a 12-12 portal, and so we were activating energies, me and 12 others, 13? 12 others, I think, total, were in the Great Pyramid, meditating in the Great Pyramid on that evening, having the whole pyramid to ourselves, toning as well as just holding the energies. But traveling there by car, transportation, I think if I had my own car, I'd probably be okay. Motorcycle might be better. Do I know how to ride a motorcycle? I've only been on the back of a motorcycle. No, I'm currently in Colorado. Explorer. Thanks for asking. Shasta is an amazing place. Castle Crags and Shasta Forest are enlightening, says Kevin Mack. Yes, they are. I didn't get to go. I've been to the bottom of the crags, but I haven't got to experience, like really hang out in the crags. And again, I was with another person, so I had a different experience hiking with another person than I probably would have had on my own. I've heard that the Castle Crags has a different energy. Some people will say like haunting energy. I'm not sure if that is like that. I don't tend to feel energy in that way. I feel it as in I go in a direction and I'm like, here, okay, this feels good. Okay, then I'll go in that direction and I'll feel and I'll be like, no, that doesn't feel correct for me today. And I'll go a different route. And I do this when I travel as well. Like before I travel, you know, am I renting a car? I had never rented a car before I went to England. So that was a totally new experience. And I thought driving on the other side of the road was going to be the stressful part. That was not the stressful part. The stressful part was I am not used to driving a brand new car where everything's a computer, like one computer screen across the dash. Lions are coming in, and that car was a French car, Purdue, has the emblem of a lion on it, which is totally significant and totally made sense because we are stepping into being the protector, not just the protected, stepping into taking a leap into a different version of ourselves, a whole new timeline. Hey Adele, never been to Liverpool before. I don't think. Maybe I've driven. Wait, Liverpool, that's in England, right? I don't think so. Okay, well, we're at about an hour. It was great talking with all you guys. Thanks for interacting with me. Let's take a deep breath and just kind of close this session out, this Live with Love. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. I look forward to inviting you guys to what's going to be up and coming, the Leap of Faith, 5 days with me. And really looking at what that means to take a leap of faith. We talk about Peter Pan, and upon hearing the words of the Peter Pan song, think of a wonderful thought, any simple, merry little thought. Think of Christmas, think of snow, think of the beach. The happy thoughts that help us fly, that help us spread our wings and expand into the new versions of us. When I looked at those words of that song, there were some different things that came in. And I think perhaps what I'll do is right now, let's see if I can bring it up. Before we sign off, here we go. Think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought. Think of Christmas, think of snow, think of. Can you hear this? Like reindeer in the sky. Okay, so that was a little snippet. Could you guys hear that okay? I'm curious. I'm going to actually turn it all the way down because I'm sure there's copyright stuff with this. And we do use copyright material here for educational purposes and commentary. All right, so pyramids, there's a lot of people trying to have you buy stuff. There were even reputable places I went in that later I bought statues, and later I found that they were just made of concrete. So it's the symbol of the statue. Did I want to have more of a stone statue that would not break? Yes. I think all three statues have broken at one point, and then I re-glued them. But it's about the symbol of Hathor. It's about the symbol of Isis, right? Don't really need the actual statue. You can hold the energy itself. But a lot of people are trying to get your attention. I'll say that. Explorer wants us to donate wealth. So spirituality is not about being poor, contradictory to popular demand in different faiths. It's actually about being very abundant. Speaking of, if you would like to support me in any way, you can subscribe, share this video when it comes out. When it's I've been a little bit slacking on getting the videos up there because it locks automatically after this live. So I will get on that today, unless of course someone's contacting me to go on a hike, because I had that potential out there. And I will get right on that. But you can support me by subscribing, leave me some flowers or a funny emoji. That's always so fun to see that you guys get to the end of this, those of you who don't catch it live and get it on the replay. There are links that if you want to support me in some way, there's Venmo and Zelle. People don't like to use Venmo, I know, these days. So there's Zelle, you can Zelle me. I'll put that email in there so that you can properly Zelle me. And yeah, just support me by showing up here, really. Support you by showing up here. Apparently there's something here for you, so otherwise you would not be here. And let's see. Thinking in terms of vibe, being able to see the monument in real time in a land that is older than the US. Yes, so being able to be in Egypt and feel the ancientness of the temples, being able to be in Glastonbury, to walk up to the tour, which I didn't know anything about it. When I go to these places, I don't do research. And so I kind of rely on whoever is there to facilitate, to give us information about the actual site, because I try not to get too many opinions on where I'm going. But I'm often led to sacred places and beautiful places. Even the person that traveled with me from Colorado to Utah to Mount Shasta, I had this feeling to go off the path And part of me halfway, it was like super hot. I was a little worried that I was taking this person to a place that did not have an ending, that we might have to turn around. And I was like, no, I'm just going to follow my intuition. This is a spiritual person. They should be used to this. Just trusting, right? Trusting that we are always being led in the right direction. And we did. We ended up in this miraculous place that was super up high, and this massive, like, rock formation, this circular rock formation that kind of looked like a galaxy, or like an eye, like an orb. It's called Delicate Arch in Utah. If you ever get a chance to go to Utah, definitely go do that hike. It's just as beautiful if you take the actual path. I was just led a different way, and I got to go into the bowl, which not many people get to do, and then find my way around and climb up where everybody else was. And I brought this person with me, and they were, by the way, dealing with a fear of heights. So they were doing okay until we got to the arch, and then they were hanging on because they were facing their fear. And they were getting help from others that had like a leash to kind of help them get up too. I'm very agile, so I get into places and I climb into different places that not always everybody can get into, or be flexible enough to get to those areas. But the person was a great sport. They faced their fear. They didn't yell at me for taking them to this direction, which was a great thing. They realized that they allowed themselves to follow me. So there is no fault. There is no blame. I'm sure somewhere that was in their awareness. Like, I chose to come on this journey with this person. So now I'm here and I'm doing it. And you make the best of that journey as you go along the way. And that's what you do in life here. When people brought up about, like, how do we navigate this world and the different things in the different environments, that's how we navigate it. We go with the flow. We flow with the go. And we just make it all work, right? After taking the journey of where I went, you guys just want me to stay on here longer, don't you? After taking my journey, and this will be my boundary, because this will be the last question that I ask or I answer. Thank you for allowing me to work on my boundaries. I love being here with you guys. So it's hard to, like, leave the live as well. So I didn't have the profoundness that some people have on their journeys, although I was led on a pilgrimage path through England that started at King Arthur's castle. When I was asking, when everyone left that retreat, or they were leaving in the next couple days, I asked, am I staying in this area? Am I renting a car? Do I have the funds to rent the car? How is this going to work? And I actually went back to London first to regroup and feel into, like, what's going on. Am I renting a car? Because part of what happened was, when I was going to travel with another person, I counted on that other person helping me out. And then when that didn't happen, when they were like, no, it wasn't resonating for them to travel, I was like, okay, now I'm in this place, and how will I treat this time that I have here? So I was led on a pilgrimage to different churches, and that's not usually my thing. Do I love churches? As a kid, I always loved the architecture of churches. So every church that I was led to was along a pilgrimage path from Tintagel, that's how you pronounce it, Tintagel, where King Arthur's castle is, where Merlin's cave is. It's interesting because there are Merlin energies happening right now for me personally. And I was led to a person in a church, and we toned together. So there were synchronistic experiences. I was led to St. Michael's Mount, where I met someone from France, and she was traveling differently than me. We thought we might travel together, but then I felt like that was a boundary for me. I felt like, ooh, this isn't going to quite work out, because there wasn't a give-give happening necessarily. And I could feel it. So we didn't do that, but there were synchronicities along the way. Did it change me? I'm sure energetically there was different things that occurred. A different friend of mine, she started channeling like her channeling experience when she first started to have a being come through, which ended up being like a future, I think a higher self of her with a different name. That happened in Glastonbury for her. She was being drawn to all these different places. I think that she actually hears guidance, and that's what happened for her, right? My experiences, I haven't had that experience yet. That's what I'll say. Not yet. In Egypt, I was led to having a sort of Egyptian initiation, which had to do with being in a coffin type sarcophagus, all covered in salt, wearing not a whole lot, in a very cold environment. I do not know if that experience, when I looked up that experience later, it turns out that people do that experience in Egypt, but they dig a hole in the Sahara, they fill it with salt, or they put the person in and then they fill it with salt. But it's all the way up to here. And it's another type of experience, and it's an experience where you're releasing things. Like I actually started shaking during that experience. My whole body did, because of cold and other things wanting to be released at the time. So I find synchronicities along my travels. Sometimes I go someplace, I'm drawn somewhere, and I'm like, why am I here? And other times I'm like, this is beautiful. Why am I here? Or, I meet someone and I'm feeling into the energy of that person of, what's going on here exactly? And do I want to like keep continuing with this energy? Like, is there more for us to interact with, or go like have fun, go have interactions, meet other people? Or is this just like a one-time, hey, nice to meet you kind of thing? That's what I usually kind of comes up for me in my travels. The one event I did happen where more of my channeling became awareness for me was I went to a galactic conference. Now, between Egypt, when Egypt came up, when different trips come up, sometimes there's two choices for me. Could be more, could be three. But what I noticed was with Egypt, it was either Egypt or a galactic cruise. And the galactic cruise was hilarious. I was like, why would I do that? I do have a sense of other beings out there, like at that time, but it just seemed like so lame. I'm sure it wasn't lame, but the universe brought that galacticness to me in a different way. It brought it to me in a more cost-effective way, actually, in Sedona. And even the person who was the host of the galactic cruise for the stage type stuff, I actually met him, and he was the host, I think, here at that conference. Was it that conference? No, it wasn't the Galactic Conference. It was a totally different one. But I did end up meeting him in a different conference. So sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways. And when you think, oh, I have to do this now, I think part of that is our egoic self. Like, I have to go there. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a full body nudge and chills. And I say chills, but I never really get those chills. Everybody else in the spiritual community, energetic community, talks about getting chills when something like really like resonates with them. I haven't had it at that time. I have that happen during different meditations, possibly, where I get very cold. One time there were angelic, was it angelic? Possibly angelic was there, but like Hathor energies before Egypt came in, and I got cold and I put a sweater on. And so I was chosen for a channeling, a private channeling, because I put my sweater on because I got cold. It meant that my guides came in and there was a message for me. So there's the answer to that question. All right. It's okay for asking the question. Totally fine. I just try and be abreast of the time because I know people don't have more than an hour sometimes for the videos. I'm glad you asked your question. Yeah, definitely go to Utah. Way fun to be in Utah in the canyons. Beautiful place. Out of curiosity, before I sign off here, Kevin Mack, are you in a different country? Or are you in America? See, now I'm curious. You study a lot. Maybe there's something you're to bring forth. You're to use those studies now, just like I'm using all the information that these last years have been brought to me. Maybe there's something for you that you're bringing to people on a YouTube channel or otherwise. Okay, so you're in America. Great. What land of America are you in? Do you stay put or do you travel? You don't have to answer either if you don't want to. I'm going to be reading to you guys. So the words from You Can Fly. I'm going to read you these words. I'm going to clear my throat and have some water. Since we're spreading our wings, I want you guys to take these words with you in your day. When someone is an Andromedan, Kevin Mack is saying it takes 2.5 million years to get here. Or, for an Andromedan, the blink of an eye. That fast. They're already here, actually. The Andromedans. Travel. America, cool. Alright, so I'm going to give you these words. I don't know if I'll sing them, we'll see. Think of the happiest things. It's the same as having wings. Apparently I'm singing. Take the path that moonbeams make. Whoop, hold on. This is only going to work if I pause it. Alright. Take the path that moonbeams make. If the moon is still awake, you'll see him wink his eye. It does not want to pause. You'll see him wink his eye. You can fly. You can fly, you can fly. Up you go with a hi and a ho to the stars beyond the blue. There's a neverland waiting for you, where all your happy dreams come true. Every dream that you dream will come true. I haven't tried to do this before, so it's funny that it keeps moving. Every dream that you dream will come true. A neverland waiting for you. So the Neverland is kind of like New Earth. There is a timeline jump, split, whatever you want to call it, happening currently right now. You have a choice. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Are you going to go back to your old life? You're going to step into your new life. Are you taking that leap of faith? Shocker! That course is coming up. We're going to be talking about a leap of faith for 5 days. And then we've got, we'll see what the rest of the words are. Reach for the stars beyond the blue. A new world is waiting for you. There's a smile to pour into your heart. There's no better way to start. Think of all the joy you'll find when you leave your old world behind. And you pour all of your cares into something to say goodbye. This allows you to fly. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. All right, so wow, Kevin Mack is getting into astro travel. Pretty cool. Piggybacking audio travel. Interesting. I hope you join my community when I have it, because it'd be interesting to hear some of these concepts and how each of you have come upon your journey and where you're at in your journey. I do know someone that, I will just say this, has been experimenting with talking to different beings. And I think he's talking to different galactic beings. But one thing that's been, excuse my throat clearing, coming up is that it's great to study. And are you keeping focuses of study focused enough to be able to group them together into a safe way to travel? Since we're talking about travel, flying, travel, do you stay grounded? How do you ground yourself? Do you have a practice of grounding yourself? Not just you, Kevin Mack, but like anybody. Going into the astral, making sure that your energetic roots are connected to the earth, through the trees of the earth is what I like to do, into the core of the earth, the crystalline grid systems. Pay attention to the frequency, the vibration of the energies that come in to communicate with you. Do they feel of a higher frequency? If not, then instead of playing in them, decide other. Decide other. And also, those lower polarities that are out there, let them know that there's no permission there. Anytime we entertain something, we're giving permission. And it's something that we think, well, we have all these protections in place. We've been talking about protection recently as well. And yes, we put up our fields, we bring in the angels, we bring in all these different protections. This is for sure. However, if we notice that something is out of whack and we still decide to participate, I'm only bringing this up because it came up with a friend. That is a permission slip for their energy to interact with your energy. So yeah, I guess I'll just say that, because I don't know that much about, if I'm astro traveling, it's when I'm, going to rest at night and don't really remember too much in the morning as of yet. As of yet. So I'm sure that will change. A lot of us are having different gifts come in for different things, and just pay attention to the resonance. Pay attention to your resonance, and the resonance of the energies that wish to interact with you, because there are different timelines of beings, and some that are ascended and not ascended. So when I work with you guys, when I do my personal work, I'm always bringing in the ascended masters, ascended angels, ascended star beings, because those star beings are able to go, are multi-dimensional and can go anywhere that they want. And so it's always the ascended realm that I bring in. Just a little note. Okay, so all right, cool. Kevin Mack likes to write stories. I feel like there's a book in me, Kevin, like a children's book or some other book, and I haven't, as of yet, sat down there to let it come through me to be in that space. And so I think that's what I'm preparing now. I'm kind of like thinking about spaces and where I want to be, and the environment that is applicable for me to like have inspirations come through, like writing, right? Writing and taking people on different courses or journeys. I'm not sure what the Sleep of Faith class is going to be, honestly, guys, but I'm excited for it. It's going to happen. I'm already having the subject matter come in a way that would have been obvious to me, but it just started occurring yesterday and then today, and I feel like every day I'm going to have like a piece of it. I could have the whole piece at once, possibly. We'll see how that comes in. So it's been a pleasure to interact with you guys. I love that you're here, and yeah, different kind of live. Go out there, spread your wings, and fly. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. I love all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this crazy human experience we're in sometimes and navigating it with me and supporting me in the way that you guys do. It would not be available without you. And thank you. Thank you for helping me expand my new life that I'm stepping into, my new world as well. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. And as always, we are one. One light, one love, one heart. I love you. Enjoy your day.